Louisiana beer reviews. Here we are looking at Oktoberfest Märzen beer from Urban South Brewery of New Orleans, Louisiana, right there on Chapatula Street, close to NOLA Brewery, New Orleans Lager and Ale. How would I describe it? It is upriver from the Greater New Orleans Bridge, US Highway 90 business route, and downriver from the Huey P. Long Bridge, US Highway 90 bridge. So those two bridges cross the river. 90, they always say on the radio, 90 and 90B. Two major highways running through New Orleans. It's actually the same highway that splits business route, regular, and goes back. Anyway, not a roadology video. Here's a picture of the city though here on the can, and they're showing the old electrical plant and the warehouses and the cityscape in the background. Urban South Brewery, been around for about a year now. Okay, New Orleans been around for about going on 300 years now. It says malt beverage, 5.8% alcohol, 15 IBU. In Louisiana, especially in Texas, when you get above 5%, you have a little trouble saying it's beer, so they'll say malt beverage, malt liquor, ale, lager. You'll notice some cans will say ale, and on the other side it'll say lager, but they oftentimes will not say beer. Occasionally imports will slip through, like the Wells Banana Bread beer, 5.2% alcohol, and will say beer on it. Okay. And to have this with lunch, Church's coleslaw. Yes, they send me these coupons once a month, and this bag was $5.50 after tax. So you get two sides. I chose the coleslaw and mashed potatoes and gravy. I think that because of my use of it. They gave me napkins. Wow. They gave me napkins and I didn't even ask for it. Usually, you know the routine. So, I asked for spicy. Now, occasionally when I ask for spicy, I'll actually get spicy. Oftentimes I will not. I go to Wendy's and I'll say, okay, I want to get this order to go. Okay, what's your order? I'll tell them, and then they say, is this for here or to go? I say, to go. And last week I had to say it 3 times. I want this order to go. Okay, what do you want? Okay, is this for here or to go? I said, to go later on. Here's your order. Is it for here or to go? I'm thinking, something's not getting picked up. And you get 3 pieces of chicken and 2 biscuits. So there's 2 pieces, a biscuit, and 3 pieces in the biscuit. So all of this for $5.50 after tax. I will be disappointed if it's not spicy. I can tolerate it if it's regular. In the regular, it's good. Okay, no issue. I just get irritated when the order is not done correctly. I get irritated when I go to a beer store. I get irritated when I go to a beer store and the beer is outdated, like I got recently the Young's Double Chocolate Stout. I was telling Dr. Dave, the beer whisperer, I said, this is like an endemic problem. It's like every beer store in America does not check dates. He's like, it's getting bad around here. I said, bad around there in Ohio. It's always been the case here that stuff is on the shelf going stale. Oh, how could I forget? Louisiana brand hot sauce from New Iberia, Louisiana. Also along US Highway 90. I guess we have a US Highway 90 theme today. Hey, and that highway was commissioned 90 years ago in 1926. So it is all working out. Already prayed. Now let's perhaps get to beer, since this is ostensibly a beer review. Oh, I'll learn how to speak English one day. It's amber. It's kind of hazy. Wasn't much head to start with. There isn't much left. It was a bone colored, sort of like that Wiseacre Oktoberfest beer, which, if you watch that video, I gave it an A+. which is the second highest possible score. I was blown away by it. It was so delicious. This has a malty, sweet bread crust aroma, similar to that, but not quite as bold as that one. Similar, sweeter, not as hoppy, for sure. That one was 25 IBU. This is only 15. So this is much more malt oriented. The body is lighter. The Wiseacre was medium. This is light to medium. That one finished dry and crisp and clean. This one's dry, crisp, and not as clean. It is very good though. Forget about Rate Beer and Beer Advocate. There's only one written review on Beer Advocate. The page for this beer does not even exist on Rate Beer, okay? There is no such page. And this is obviously the first video review for this beer in the world. Okay, now these types of beers, they pair so well with German food, but they pair well with American, Southwestern food. You say Southwestern? Yes, because Church's was founded by a man named Mr. Church in San Antonio, Texas in 1952. In the American Southwest, St. Anthony, Texas. Show you something real fast. You can get Vlasic brand sauerkraut, and it's fine, but it cannot hold a candle to something like this. Polish barrel sauerkraut from Old World Foods, imported from Poland. It is night and day. The Vlasic is like your Budweiser, Coors, Miller. That is like your Anchor, maybe higher than that. Maybe like your Founders, maybe higher than that. And it's the same price, so you got to go with your Polish sauerkraut. I mean, you know, Church's would be like your Miller High Life Light or the Miller Lite. Although, interestingly, High Life Light is a budget price beer and LITE is a premium price. But I think you'll notice, like I did, that when you drink Miller High Life Light, it's much better, relatively better flavor than the LITE. Yeah, this is a spicy. In 2011, they came out with the new and improved spicy. And it was, burn my tongue on the heat. It was literally fiery. It was more like hot, like the old pre-1989 Church's hot chicken. When Church's sold out to a national company, Popeyes, excuse me. When Popeyes sold out to a national company in '89, they dialed back their heat. What was appropriate for New Orleans was not going to fly nationwide. So now Popeyes has spicy and mild. But when Church's came out with their new spicy in 2011, it was more hot than spicy. I think they made some studies and they dialed it back. Today it's just like spicy more than hot. I wasn't complaining, I was loving it. Although the next morning my stomach was on fire. I mean, that stuff was, my stomach was burning like a stomach that was burning. But I think they've walked it back. They did test market earlier this year in Louisiana, here, right in this town. Jalapeno spicy, which was much better. In the exhalation and inhalation, you could pick up the jalapeno. It was inexplicably introduced and then it inexplicably disappeared. It was never any reference to it on their website. I think they were simply marketing it, test marketing here in this town. This is a major church's town. That church's location, that property there, has been in the same location since 1974. Talking about 42 years. It is always busy. You will never pass by there without cars lined up, unless it's after hours and it's not open. Literally next door, I mean literally, you can fit one car between the two. There is Popeyes, and it is always packed. So you've got two major chicken chains next door to each other. The churches, the Popeyes has been there since around 82, because originally it was a taco place and then a burger place. Neither one succeeded. They renovated it and made it into the Popeyes presentation, and it's been subsequently renovated to their updated look. And it has its own loyal people, and they're always packed. I don't tend to go there because I find the pieces are smaller and they don't accept coupons, whereas Churches has bigger pieces and they accept coupons. And I think they both have their attributes. They're both good. I'm just going to go with the coupons, and I like Churches. I burned my tongue. It's still hurting. The chicken was extremely hot from heat coming out the fryer. This beer is very nice. I would say it's an A-. You could probably make an argument for an A. Does it match up to the Wiseacre? No, it does not. Price is probably the same. But it's an interesting and very good beer. They did a good job with it. You say, well, you're a homer, you should be pumping up your Louisiana brews and scoring it higher than a Memphis beer. I cannot do that in good conscience. I have to call them as I see them. Just like with the Catahoula Common. And bringing up its value price versus quality comparison to Coors Banquet. It's part of beer reviewing. If you're going to review something, you have to call it like it is and take the hits. You'll see some other stuff here, no longer available from my knowledge. Discontinued, the most popular cognac in the world, discontinued, possibly on the way back. So, les bon temps roulé. Thank you for watching this somewhat rambling, but yet exceptionally and irresistibly exciting video review. And I'm going to end this review by saying, y'all come on down to New Orleans. Good. Everything is good, even the weather, especially the weather.